name is Paul Luft with Intrepid Gamers Gambit, and today we're going to show you how to make a druid character in the game Dungeons & Dragons Online. This is the screen that you come to when you first log on, and if this is your first time there won't be any characters in this selection area, and so we're going to create a character. So we'll come down to this create box and click it. And this is the first step. The first step is to choose either a melee type character, a spell-based character, or a specialist. Okay, step one is to choose a spell-based character because that's what a druid is. And I'm also going to choose to be male. And there's two ways to continue. You can either click on the tab here, or there's a next box down here below this panel. And sometimes my Jing program cuts it off, but there is a next box down here. So we'll choose class, step 2. And in our case, we want to be a druid. And so we will choose a druid. And over to the right here, it talks about the druid being a powerful spellcaster and a shape changer, and that's good to know. And so we will either click next or click the step number 3, which then you can choose a path if you want. So if you're a beginner player and you do not know, how to assign ability points and skill points and choose what feat for your character, which is all the things we're going to go over in this video, you can just decide to have the game choose those things for you. And it gives you 3 types of style of play. One is Nature's Warrior, and these are druids that are experts in combatants and shape-shifting, so they're kind of a frontline type character. Or you could choose Verdant Seeker, which is kind of more of a spell-based character. And even if you've played the game a little while, sometimes it's good to check out the stats here. The game developers kind of give you a hint how they think a spell-based character or a spellcaster type druid would distribute their stats. They would put it heavily in a wisdom and also in constitution, which gives the character hit points, as opposed to a frontline where they are going to put constitution, strength, and a little bit less in wisdom. In our case, we're going to customize our build, so we will hit customize and then select the 4th tab or the next down here. And this is where we choose our race. Now each race has advantages and disadvantages. For instance, if we were to be a halfling and we click over here to the more info tab, it would say that halflings start with a higher dexterity but lower strength. So if I was going to be a druid and I wanted to be a shape changer, then this wouldn't be a good choice because I start with lower strength, which is less damage and less ability to hit. So at this point in time, you really got to think about how you're going to play your druid. If I was going to be a frontline type druid, maybe like a bear, I might choose this half-orc that has a higher strength and lower intelligence and charisma. Because to a druid, intelligence and charisma is not important, and we'll kind of get that into the ability score section. So in this case, we're going to choose an elf which has higher dexterity but a lower constitution, a little more defense, less spell point or less hit points, but he's going to be more of a caster in the back of the line in the party. Okay, I see our time is running out, so this concludes section 1 on how to build a druid character in Dungeons & Dragons Online. Thank you very much for listening.